My name is Matt Rhodes. I'm the lead concept artist at BioWare. I've wanted to draw since I was a kid, but at the time video games weren't as sophisticated as they were, so I didn't even know to dream about getting into video games. They sort of found me. When designing your own science fiction IP, you're going to have the familiar, which is necessary because you need a place for the player to engage themselves, to sort of see themselves. But to create all the alien worlds, the alien life that surrounds you, you really, from a visual standpoint, you start playing with visual metaphors a lot. You know, hard materials like metal, there's pointiness. These little clues that you may not overtly say hard and warlike, but it just sort of tickles the back of your mind. Concept art, we found, has done sort of two jobs. One is to provide the blueprints for everything that gets made, the characters, environments, objects, everything from weapons to the magic effects, everything. But then there's also the inspiration side. So it's creating those images either early on or later in the process that get the team pumped up and that also sort of let everyone know in a very instantly recognizable way where we're going.
This is the elusive man. When we were trying to figure him out, part of it was he had to remain somewhat neutral. So it was more about creating an interesting environment for him. Something intimidating and almost abstract. So it's just him sitting on his chair watching a star die.
A bartender character, you can maybe draw a couple images, you pick one, you're going to be okay. But when it comes to Commander Shepard or one of your party members, or especially villains. Villains go through the most iteration by far, because so much hangs on these guys. They're going to be with you at the dramatic moments. I've probably drawn hundreds of helmet variations. Party members go through at least 50. We go through 5 stages at least of development, each one having 10 different concepts at least. The things that get frustrating are when you're on your 100th helmet, your 200th helmet, suddenly you just can't look at them anymore. Lights, visor, okay, it just blurs together. I think it's pretty subtle, but I'm really happy with where we went, even with Shepard's armor, because it's the one thing that you're going to see the whole time, but I think it serves as a metaphor for where the whole game went, that it's more grounded, it's more solid, more believable, there's more detail in it if you're willing to look. The design overall, it's just so much more resolved. One of the characters that I'm most proud of is Subject Zero. That was one of those opportunities where telling the story just was so heavily dependent on the visuals. We designed all these tattoos, we designed medical scars, medical tattoos. All of these things that layer upon layer, if you really sat down and looked, tell a very complicated and very brutal history. And it's all there right on the skin. It's not something you have to go to the codex to read. Really, it's something that a lot of people will never tell, but every single tattoo has a meaning. Every single detail on that is a part of that character's history. With Mass Effect 1, it was just a matter of figuring out everything, making sure that, okay, we have enough as far as environments and characters, this really holds the universe together. We knew that we were going to make Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3, and so in a way I think that made it not easier, but we push ourselves as hard as we can every time, almost so that we know that the next time around we have to work even harder. Mass Effect 3, we are all expecting great things from ourselves.
A behind-the-scenes look at the making of BioWare's epic sci-fi sequel, Mass Effect 2. All 5 exclusive interviews available now on Xbox Live.